Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Cowboy here, and let's see what time is it. It's the same time we do the show every week, 8:30 a.m. EST. Now, there's a lot of talk out there. A lot of people are getting a little bit skittish. They seem to think that the Bitcoin top is in, and it is. Just kidding, just kidding. I don't think it's in. I don't think the Bitcoin top is in. MicroStrategy just bought like $1 billion worth. What happened was a lot of people were given the impression that President Trump would talk about the Bitcoin reserve during his speech or mention Bitcoin at all, and it didn't happen. So a lot of people just sold off. And as a matter of fact, it might be that it really wasn't people who sold off, but it was market makers messing around and causing people to panic out so they could play games. They could pick up more, a little bit lower, and make some money real quick. Because look at what happened here. If you look at Sunday, there was a pullback here. Okay, let me go into it's a 3-hour chart. So Sunday, Monday. So you had the move down on Sunday based on the Melania coin coming out. Actually, that pushed price down a bit, right? A lot of money left Bitcoin to go into Melania coin, as it did with the Trump coin as well, but more the Melania coin. Because what happened was the Trump coin was pretty successful. A lot of people bought that coin. Solana went to all-time highs. We'll look at that chart. But we knew about that. We talked about that before, right? So in fact, we talked about that on the Sunday video a little bit. So the Melania coin had a lot more anticipation of profits, and a lot of people bought into it. Well, when they did so, a lot of money left Bitcoin, and it took price from 106,000 down to 99,000. Well, hey, if I were making markets, I would be pretty excited about a 7% drop? That's a lot of money to make when you can deploy really, really quickly. So yeah, Tariak is saying, and that's what it looks like too. Good one, Tariak, in the comments here. My TA for the charts, we're so back. It's so over. We're so back. It's so over. Yeah. WGM GMI, like we're gonna make it, not gonna make it. That's what it looks like here. And this pump back up probably had to do with anticipation of the inauguration, Trump possibly going to mention a Bitcoin reserve, and there were all kinds of rumors that he was going to do so, and that would cause a pump. And of course, that was, as I talked about, a possible sell the news event, and the news ended up not happening, and it really sold off. And in this case, it went from 109.5, or basically 109,000, all new all-time high, and it really dropped all the way down to about 100,000. So again, that's about a 9% fall. And so far, it's seen about 100,000. It did kind of dip a little bit further, and now it's pushing back up to 104. So really, all in all, price hasn't done a whole lot. It's just wagged around in this same area. And a lot of people, of course, are anticipating this, anticipating that. And I think what's gone on is that the market makers are sparking sell-offs and rallies, and they're just making all kinds on it. And, I don't know how legal that is, but I'm pretty sure it's what happens. So that is what that is. And, no one gets caught because the people doing it are probably in charge of things. And that's just life. That's trading. So we could complain about it, or we can find a way to make money on it. Now, provided that there are no more coins coming out, no more Trump Melania coins, no Don Jr. coins or something like that. I get the feeling that that was done because Trump needed to get those coins out and that money kind of, whatever. He had a contract to sign. I don't know what it was, but when he goes into the Oval Office, he goes into what's called the blind trust, where he's not allowed to manage his own money at that point. His money goes into a blind trust where he doesn't have access to it. He can't see what's going on. And I imagine he has his kids running the game, or whoever he trusts, right? So that's why I think he launched those coins that weekend, and it really made a lot of money. I don't know what market cap those coins are. I didn't buy them. By the time that those coins are launched and I hear about them, my assumption is that it's too late to buy, and only the insiders can profit on such things. I might be wrong about that. I might have missed an opportunity. But when my mother-in-law, who's asking me how to buy Trump coin, I think that probably means it's too late for me to get in, at that point. So, and I guess I could look up Trump coin. Let's see what it's doing. We'll come back to Bitcoin really, really quick here. But, here's the Trump coin. It went up to, what is this, $77, pulled back down to about $30. And there's all kinds of stupid stuff on the news. Oh, it's a rug pull, and no, it's not. I mean, I've seen this before. If you want, I've seen rug pulls. This is not a rug pull. It's just a sell off. It's a lot of hype, a lot of people buying in. It doesn't look like a rug pull to me. In fact, one of my algos is calling for an entry, but that's on a low time frame. I probably wouldn't necessarily listen to that with a coin like this. Also, you have to understand Trump's a very public figure. So for him to, like, as the president, do a rug pull, it's just not realistic. I don't see that happening. A rug pull, just so you all understand, a rug pull, if it were to have happened, would look like this, down to zero, down all the way to zero. I think the coin started out at like $4. I want to say. So I imagine they basically, they had a very large dev wallet, and a rug pull would have ended. There'd be no more price action. There'd be no more volume. It would be dead. So anybody that's talking about a rug pull has no idea what they're talking about. They're just reporting stuff that they have heard in the news. We'll see if we can grab the Melania coin here, and hopefully this is the real one. Melania meme. Yeah, so similar price action, I guess. I don't even know if I'm looking at the right one, and that's fine. I don't care. Not knowing, I'm not interested in these coins. What these coins do is unimportant to me until they've settled down, and they kind of have. I wouldn't necessarily mind trading these. That probably has a ton of volume and some relatively clean signals as time goes on. And I don't really have access to perpetuals where these are. Unfortunately, I'm in the US. I do have the capability to get that set up, but that's another conversation all that time. I appreciate that, Lisa. Yeah, thanks for the compliment there. Let's hope that I'm right. So with Bitcoin, though, you see the prediction I made on Sunday. And when I made these predictions, I did tell everybody that this week is probably going to be wild. And I had no idea how right I was. Because I was like, hey, this might go up, but at the same time, there might be a pop-up here, and pop-up there was, but I also said it might fall a lot based on inauguration shocks and who knows what kind of shocks. And sure enough, I mean, whatever I drew, it's kind of following it in this weird, exaggerated way. But with all these shocks going on, I don't know. The only one left of the week outside of some kind of new Trump coin is going to be the USD JPY. That's the Japanese yen news coming out. That's their version of the FOMC, and that happens on. It's tentatively scheduled for Thursday, so it might not even come out on Thursday. It might be like Friday. So that said, it might be that if in fact the Bank of Japan is more hawkish than last couple of sessions, and if they do decide to hike the rates, that can affect the markets and probably a bit adversely. We'll see how that's going to go. There's a lot of doom and gloom in TradFi right now. And at the same time, I'm looking at the charts here, and it doesn't look like doom and gloom to me. It looks like it's following what I said it would do here on the SP 500 so far. And let's take a look at the Dow futures. Yep, just, plodding along, just moving up. It's what I said it would do. Same with the NASDAQ. Just plodding along, moving up, doing what I said it would do. Again, I am tempted to grab maybe a NinjaTrader account and start trading these because these are they seem so easy to trade. It's just up. Now, doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. There's always that chance that, of course, we do see a pullback in the markets, but right now I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it in the algos. Again, there tend to be these exogenous shocks, meaning that they're shocks that happen from the outside, meaning that it doesn't have to do necessarily with the Dow directly, but something happens in the world and it causes everything to fall. And that can happen, and you can't predict those, and that's just part of trading. And an example of that is right here with Bitcoin. Back to it. This, Trump coin happening, or actually really Melania on Sunday. This pushback up was something that I anticipated. I had, targets more or less at 108, and that's exactly where price went. You can see price made it up there more quickly than I thought. It was kind of part of my contingency, but then the inauguration and lack of mention of Bitcoin did cause a bit of a sell-off. And again, I think that was fostered by the big money, and that's fine. It's just part of the game. I think the holders are going to be rewarded. We do have Michael Saylor, buying a lot. I think he bought $1.1 billion worth of Bitcoin. And he probably bought, this low right here. And so far he's been right. I'm not somebody who has the level of conviction that he does. That guy is just has a lot of conviction. But let me help everybody understand something about crypto, buying crypto, and what it means for your billionaire types and for your companies who have that kind of money. The next financial games, the next financial tools are going to be in Bitcoin. We've talked about this. There's we already see it. You got IBIT shares, you got the ETFs, and you're going to find that owning Bitcoin gives you the capability to participate and to actually run the casino a bit. So all I can say is that even if the price is high when you buy it and then it heads down low, you're going to own a piece of the game at that point, and you have the ability to financialize the spot Bitcoin that you own. So there's money to be made regardless. And that's why you see a lot of people continuing to buy. And that dynamic is going to probably create some kind of a supply shock. It might be that the pullbacks that we get, I don't expect the 4-year cycle to change, but I do expect there to be a bit more stability in the future, only going along the trend that we're seeing, where you have, the highs are not quite as high as far as the proportion to the prior highs. You get I'll draw this out for you, but you get a lot of return in the early years, and then a pullback, and then the return you get after that is like this, and the return you get after that is going to be like this. So each of the highs are going to kind of create a bit of a not quite as high compared to the last high situation, right? And that's fine. There's a lot of money to be made in this case. Even though the next high may not be quite as high in comparison, it still is going to stabilize, I believe. And I think the lows are going to continue to stabilize as well. And you'll see Bitcoin just kind of start to develop more of a range and act more like a currency over time. But there's also the theory that all these, big boys getting in is going to create a supply shock, and we could see a new super cycle. And that's also possible. And as much as I'd love to see that, I'm certainly not going to depend on that. I'm a trader. I hold assets that I think do really well. And, I'll look for, if I want to really load up on Bitcoin, I'll look for a low in the next cycle. I've been in crypto for a long time. I don't feel the need to panic in at this point. Speaking of Guerilla panic, how are you, V?
Hey, man, I'm always panicking in,
Yeah, no, you don't have a panic nature. This doesn't seem to be your style.
No, man. My arms are heavy, knees weak. Palms are sweaty.
Nah, bro, please don't. Mom spaghetti.
Nervous. Mom spaghetti. On the surface, he looks calm and ready.
Oh no, bro. Oh no.
So who bought the Trump coin and the Melania coin?
Not me.
Because I did.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Really? Did you go hard and heavy or what?
Yeah, just always throw play money on this. So I had some fun, So the Melania thing just took a dump this morning. I don't know if it's going to come back up. I knew it was, and the funny thing is, I completely forgot to get out of the trade.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was only going to be until the day after election that it's going to come back down, and I just forgot to get the hell out. So yeah, whatever. I took a loss.
That's all right. If this is play money, It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah, just the tough thing for me has to do with it's just too much hype, man. That's kind of the issue.
Hype is where it's at, bro.
I mean, I'm saying.
Pull up Trump. Who cares about Trump? What are you looking at Tether for?
Tether. I'm looking at Bitcoin.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're looking at Bitcoin. Who cares?
Yeah, we looked at Trump already here, but what I'll do is
you want the institution. You know what the institution, man.
Do you want to save that for the private and get us
over
there?
Private yet?
Not yet. No, we were just ended on the public. So we don't want to give away too much out for free. We give it out for free here.
Give away the sauce. The sauce.
We'll get us over there, bro. We'll jump over.
Listen, you guys. I don't know about y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all because, look, you need to be the most. You want to make money. You need to be in the most prolific trading group known to man. That is us. We bring you the macro, the micro, the geopolitical. I mean, every metric you need to be a more proficient, a more lethal trader. We bring it like nobody's business. So join us. algofactory.tech, or you know what happens to you if you don't join us.
Join us or die.
Correct.
Hey, so are you? We're still public. Are you about to tell us kind of what the institutions think of the Trump coin? Is that?
No.
No.
I'll tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all. Okay,
So I want
I
to
was
bait
gonna
the
tell.
public here. Well, we got the public listening. I want to bait them.
You want to bait them?
I
What
mean,
kind of
that
baiting
sounds
are you talking
weird, but
about? Well, whatever you're into, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever baiting you're into. You know.
well, I
But
could tell you.
no.
Oh, go ahead.
In all seriousness, right? The institutions.
Well, I was just hold on. I don't want you to tell everybody everything. I just was gonna say, hey, tell the public what you're just not what you're, like say it like the title of what you're gonna explain to us in the private, so they can see what they would get if they were in the Algo Factory's inner circle.
Bitcoin's next price point and what's happening in the crypto industry as the new SEC chair takes place, and it's a whole new world, baby. It's a whole new
All right,
world.
that's beautiful, man. All right, once again,
Join us or die.